welcome to Brian's Got Game. I am Brian. Today, I've got a game called Problem Picnic, Attack of the Ants. Problem Picnic is a 2 to 4 player, dice-throwing dexterity game by Scott Almes and published by Kids Table Board Gaming. In this game, players are colonies of ants trying to steal the best plates of food from the picnic. They do this by throwing dice that represent scout, worker, and soldier ants. The player with the most ants on a plate gets to bring it back to their anthill to score at the end of the game. Each game has a different scoring condition and round cards to make every game unique. So, let's check it out, and I'll show you how to throw your dice, how to avoid bug spray, and how to score the most points in Problem Picnic, Attack of the Ants. To set up, first, place the picnic cards out onto the table, depending on how many players you have playing. So, you want to make sure that there's some space through them, because it is possible to miss the dice. So, this is the layout for 2 players. You might want to space it out some more for a harder game. But I think that's about good. So that's the layout for 2 players. This is the layout for 3 players. And this is the layout for 4 players. So we're going to be playing a 4-player game. So you pick those, and then you place the rest of them off into the corner. Then you give each person a color. There's yellow, blue, green, and pink. So go. Then you put all 6 dice for each player onto their anthill. They're in varying sizes, from the little scout ants, to the larger worker ants, and then to the largest soldier ant for knocking other ants off. Then you take the puddle card and put it nearby the stack. Then you place the majority card over here. Then you take the scoring cards and you take 1 more than the number of players, so that's 5. And place them here. So I'll go 2 on this side and 3 on this side and 2 on that side. You kind of want these out of the way. So I'm going to put them around. Sometimes it's better to leave them off the side so they won't disturb your throwings. Then you mix all of these up, face down. They have numbers ranging from 6 to 4 to 7. So you mix these up, and then you randomly place them on each one. So this is 4 points for the most watermelons, and 4 points for the most sandwiches, and 6 points for the most cookies. So cookies are good in this game, as always. 5 points for the most blue plates, 4 points for the most green plates, and 5 points for the most purple plates. So this is 6 points for the most foods not touching an identical food. So you want separated foods. Diagonal is not touching. 6 points. Also 6 points for the smallest colony. Most of one food in connected group, 7 points. So connect them and not connect them. Contradictory. Choose which one you want. Most sets of all 3 colors, 5 points. And most sets of all 3 foods is 7. Then place the tie tokens nearby for ties when you score. Okay? Then you place the round tokens nearby. You take 5 of them from the total. So 5. And then you place them there. Remove the other one. And then you place the action tokens nearby. You are now ready to begin. So for now, I'm going to take these scoring cards off. So clear the table, and we'll bring them back out when they score. Don't worry, I'll keep the amounts and the cards the same. And then I'll also take these action tokens out. So the oldest player is the starting player. So if you have any dice in your anthill, you must pick it up and throw it into the picnic area. So I'll talk a little more about these dice. So these little scout dice, on the first throw, if you get it to not land on a picnic card, then you get to pick it up and throw it again. But you only get to do that once. So they have numbers 1 through 3, and I rolled it and I got a 3. Now, play goes clockwise, so it's this player's turn. They'll throw a worker ant. So these ants, they don't have a special power, but they have high ant numbers. So there's 2 to 4 on this one instead of 1 and 3. So throw that, and I've got a 3 there. So, and then this is the soldier ant, and I'm going to throw this in. The soldier ant also has no super power except that it is big and bulky. It's easy to knock other dice off. Now, when you throw the dice, you have to throw it. You can't flick it or slide it, and your hand has to be at least 1 card width away from the arena. So Then let me throw this. So I missed. So if you throw and miss with any other type of die other than the worker, the scout on the first throw, then it's out, and then you kind of either leave it there or move it to a different location that's not on the floor. Now it's this player's turn. Use the soldier again. And I missed again. It's kind of hard playing from that angle. This person's turn. Let's take this one and go for, get some more cookies. You get high numbers for the cookies. Alright, that card's practically mine. So play continues throwing the dice until all of the dice are gone. Okay, so now all of the dice have been thrown. So first, now you resolve. So you start by taking off all the dice that are not touching a card. Touching, not touching. And these all go back to their owners. So, there we go. I will finish taking these off. So now you resolve each card. So this one does not have anything on it. It is done. Now when you're throwing the dice, it moves cards, other dice, and sometimes tokens. These action tokens. When that happens, it's allowed. So throw the dice and knock them out of the way all you want. That's allowed. So technically a card could go somewhere else. Just put it back on the table if it goes off. So we resolved. That one has nothing on it. This one has 3 yellow ants on it. So when you win, all of the losing ants go back to their owners. Nothing here. And then the winning ant of that color goes to the puddle, and then this player gets the card. So they put it face down and put it in their anthill. Now, looking at the scorecards, which I took off, they can decide where to put it. Now, since it's their first card, they just didn't play it. Later on, they will want to collect more cookies or more purple cards or get sets in a row or whatever the scoring cards may mean that you want to follow. So, this one's green. This one's also green. Get all color in a row. That's scoring. All right, here we go. Here's a one here. So, green did not win because it's lower. So, soldiers are more powerful than workers, and workers are more powerful than scouts. So, the soldier wins this one, so this goes back to the puddle. Now, actually, I did forget, the soldier's special power is that it can never go to the puddle. So, unless I said so because of the action. But, in normal cases, you always get the soldier back no matter what. So, they lose. This one goes here. Here we go. This one is not touching. Now, if it had been touching both, before you resolve, you have to move it to the one that you want it to resolve, so they're going to move it to that one. So this one is 5 on 3 and 3. So pink wins this one. Those both go there. These go back to the owners, and then pink gets this card. Blue. Blue. Yellow. And this one did not have any dice on it, so it stays there. Then you take these and deal out the remaining 8 in this case. So now the new first player is the player with the least amount of cards, play cards. So 3, 2, 2, 1. They have the least amount, so they get the round card. So they flip it over. Then they get the special thing that's on here. So this is the honey spill. Basically, what it means is that they get this fancy honey spill token, and they can use it whenever they want, or when the card says so on your turn. When dice are out there, they can use it and try to touch other dice with it, and then it brings all the dice touching it to somewhere touching the splat. You can move it onto a card or off of a card, depending on what you do with them. Now, also notice that now that we're talking about the least amount, when you win a lot, you lose the dice to the puddle for 1 round. So now this round, whenever we do it and resolve, we get to get these back. And then the new ones go to the puddle at the beginning of the resolution phase. So now we throw again, starting with the player with the least amount of cards. There we go. That was a soldier. It knocked this worker off of the picnic card. That's what a soldier is for. Now, this player does not have any dice, but these people do, so they're just out for the rest of the round. Okay, now we resolve just like normal. These ones stay, because they don't have any dice on them, and then we resolve the rest. So now at the beginning of the resolution phase, you get all of the dice of your color from the puddle back, and then you resolve. So these ones were off, so they go back to their owners. So you play until 6 rounds have passed the first one. These rounds are markers, and they also give the person who's behind a lift to help get them back into the game. They count as a timer to help show that when the game ends. So after the last round is played, then you do the final scoring. So start with this one. So then everybody looks at their colony, and the person with the most watermelons gets 4 points. So we look, and let's say that they have the most watermelons. Then we look at sandwiches. I have the most sandwiches. There's a tie for cookies, so that means that this gets removed, and then each of the tied players get 3 points. Then the most blue plates, that's him. Most green plates, there. Then the most purple plates, I have the most purple plates. Then, when we pull these back in, these scorecards. So, please notice that they're the same. I didn't change them. So, most of one food in each connected group. He has a lot of cookies connected, so he gets these points. Most sets of all foods, there's a tie between them. And then you finish scoring as shown. And then everybody adds up their points, and then the player with the most points wins. That's how to play Problem Picnic, Attack of the Ants. Hey, I'm my dad here for parents' opinions. So Dad, what do you think of Problem Picnic?
Problem Picnic is awesome. We had a blast chucking the dice, trying to knock each other out of the way. There's different scoring conditions, which make the game different every time you play it. There's an easy mode, so you can play with the little kids, and there's a little bit more strategery involved with the other scoring cards for a little bit older kids. So all in all, awesome job.
Definitely. So components. I'm going to set aside dice for last.
Okay, dice for last.
Dice for last. So there are a bunch of cards. So we've got the scoring cards, which are cool, and they're all different for, like you said, it gives a lot of replayability to the game because the scoring conditions are different every game. And then we have the picnic cards with colored plates on the quilted background, and then the food, cookies, sandwich, watermelon on top.
Then there's some cardboard
And then
bits.
there's some cardboard pieces for the
shoe,
and the bug spray,
the wings, and the honey.
Yes.
So those are nice, solid pieces.
All right, dice.
Dice.
So we have start off with the little ones. So we have a little 6-sided die. I think they're 1, 2, and 3 ranging on the sides for the little dice. And then there's the worker dice. I think there are 2, 3, and 4 on those normal size dice. And then we have, are they 10-sided?
I think they're 12-sided.
12-sided. And we have some larger 12-sided dice with, I think, 1 and 2 ants on them. And then...
Yeah, those are the biggest ones. Those
yes.
are strong, those soldiers. They can knock the other dice out of the way, but you don't get very many ants.
Yes.
They also kind of roll pretty easy. So they can roll off one side. Mm-hmm. You gotta be careful with them.
Yes. So they're really nice. They're all nice and opaque, and the ants are very nicely formed on them, and they are brightly colored, and they fit in perfectly with the game.
Yeah, they did an excellent job on the dice. This is a dice game, so got to do a good job with the dice. Mm-hmm. They did vote on the colors, thinking about the color blindness, so they do have colorblind friendly colors. So that's good. So all in all, awesome job with the components. Mm-hmm. The box is nice. It's the same size as the Food Fighters, so it fits right on the shelf there. That always makes me happy when the boxes are the same. And it's a thick, durable box. Mm-hmm. The one thing that we kind of wished
could be better
was
if
the insert.
If they added an insert in the box.
And I can't remember if that was a stretch goal or not, but there are a lot of bits, and they kind of get shuffled all around.
Everywhere, every single time you open up the box.
Minor detail.
Minor detail.
For a great game.
All right, it's a great game, but they need an insert.
Maybe.
Hey, Daedalus or
Broken
Token, make an insert for Problem Picnic. So artwork it's cartoony. They're ants in their hills stealing food from a picturesque picnic.
Mm-hmm.
So, great artwork for that.
Yep, fits great in with the theme. It's great for the kids. It's really, really good job on the art.
Definitely. So, strategy. In the easy mode, there's not a lot of strategy. You're just kind of, you kind of want to avoid.
There's still the different scoring.
Yeah, there's the different scorings.
So you get majorities for plate colors and food types.
Mm-hmm. And you got to choose which one to go for and which dice to use. But those are all really simple choices, and it's really fun to play with littler kids. Now, the more strategic, normal version of the game, they add the scoring cards and
was it the round cards?
Yeah, round cards. That give you more points.
When you flip over the card, then you have a back, and you have to place it in your anthill, and you're building your anthill. And once you place it, you can't touch it anymore. And based on the scoring conditions, determines where you're going to place them. So there's a lot
and
more
how many
to think
points
about.
You'll get for them.
Yeah.
So there is a lot of choices for that. So that's definitely for the older group. So easy for kids, like we said. Littler kids.
Yeah, you can play down in kindergarten, preschool. Kids could probably even play this. I mean, they just throw the dice.
Not across the room.
Not across the room, but you're trying to hit stuff, and kindergarten, preschool kids are great at hitting stuff.
I think you are speaking from experience.
Maybe I am.
Overall, it's a great game. Great components, good artwork. There's strategy, and it's easy for kids. So, Problem Picnic by Kids Table.
Yeah, go check this one out. 2 thumbs up from us. This one is a perfect family game night game. I guess it plays 4. There's 5 in our family, so we wish that you could play one more. Maybe there's an expansion out there. I don't know.
More cards, more power-ups, more dice.
Maybe. That would be super cool. But definitely check this one out for your next game night, playing with the family. Great one for kids. Problem Picnic.
By Kids Table. Thank you for watching Brian's Got Game. Please like us on our Facebook page. Send us a tweet at Brian's Got Game. Visit our webpage, briansgotgame.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Brian. This is my dad. See you next time.